All right, y'all. So some tweets went out in the NBA world that got the NBA world buzzing. Those tweets came from analysts who are also former players. So Richard Jefferson, who is a close friend of LeBron James, he tweeted this after the Milwaukee Bucks went down 0-2 in their series against the Miami Heat. Richard Jefferson tweeted that Giannis Antetokounmpo might be a Pippen. There, I said it. He needs his Jordan, right? Which I think is completely unfair of Richard Jefferson for Richard Jefferson to say. While I don't think it's an insult for anybody to be called Scottie Pippen, Scottie is one of the 50 greatest players of all time. As great as Michael Jeffrey Jordan was, and a lot of us consider him the GOAT, the greatest of all time, everybody acknowledges that Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen to win those championships. He wouldn't have won those championships without Scottie Pippen, as Scottie was the all-purpose man who could do it all. He could score, he could defend, he could rebound, he could pass, he could shoot. Scottie could do everything, and we all know that, right? Giannis is not no Scottie Pippen. Why? Because Giannis is about to be a two-time league MVP, something that Scottie Pippen never was, right? Giannis is a phenomenal talent, and I think his ceiling is much higher than Scottie's, in my opinion. So I think that's completely unfair for him to say that, and because Giannis went down 0-2. Listen, it's going to be trials and tribulations in certain guys' careers. Guys are not going to always be leading in series. Things are not always going to go well for guys in series, right? Me being a huge LeBron James fan, I recognize that things are not going to always go in favor of certain players. LeBron James, I remember when Bron, after he hit that game-winning shot against the Orlando Magic, they lost every other game. It was tough, and LeBron was a perennial great. He was a phenomenal talent. One of the best players, and he was like top 2 in the league to me, top 3 in the league during that time period. But he still had issues. You know what I mean? He still needed certain things. That he still couldn't get over certain humps. And he needed certain talent around him to get him to excel or to get over that hump. I believe the same thing is happening with Giannis. I acknowledge that Giannis is like a Shaquille O'Neal type of talent, a Diesel type of dominant talent, but he needs like a Kobe Bryant running with him. He needs another type of guy running with him, to be honest. And it also helps. It wouldn't help that Giannis misses a lot of free throws as well, right? But I think it's completely unfair for RJ to call him Scottie. Like, come on, man, don't do that, right? So after Richard Jefferson tweeted this, Jay Williams, an analyst and friend of Richard Jefferson, comes out and says that he said, so LeBron was a Pippen with D Wade once. Nothing wrong with that until you get over the hump. He said, look, LeBron was a Pippen to D Wade. So what you talking about, right? And I think Jay said this. He knows it's like a little jab because he knows that Richard Jefferson and LeBron James are close friends. They won a championship together. They got a great relationship with each other. So he knows, like, look, it's gonna get RJ blood boiling a little bit, but I'm gonna make this point about his boy, right? And Jay Williams also realizes that, hey, this is a tweet that's going to get the world buzzing. Same way Richard Jefferson came out and tweeted that it's going to have a lot of shock value. It's going to make headlines when they tweet these certain things. And in this day and age, analysts get paid for having great takes. Having takes that people get conversation, they get the conversation flowing. They have takes that create different type of conversations that lead to topics on shows. And they know that. So that's why they come out with these different type of headlines. They make these certain type of tweets to get the world talking and get the world, in a lot of commotion, right? So after Jay Williams tweets this, LeBron James responds, he responds to Jay Williams, explain to me what the F I got to do with this subject matter. I'm over here minding my damn business, preparing for Houston. And by the way, I ain't never been nobody but my damn self. King, S-H-I-T, right? He said that's king-ish, right? And so let me explain to y'all, right? A lot of this is about ego. I'm a huge LeBron James fan. I will acknowledge that LeBron James has a very big ego. Just like a lot of the dominant players in the NBA have, they all have, not all, but a majority of them have huge egos. They got a lot of pride in where you rank them, how you view them as players, what you feel about their game, so on and so forth. Now, while I said it is not an insult to be called Scottie Pippen, in LeBron James' case and in Giannis' case, it is. Giannis he's projected to be one of like one of the greatest talents we've seen in a long time. LeBron James, without question, is one of the greatest talents that we've that we've ever seen in the NBA. He's a Mount Rushmore type player. And if he's not Mount Rushmore to you, what is he, top 5 to you? You know what I'm saying? Which is still absolutely excellent. Something that Scottie Pippen isn't. So LeBron looking at it like, hold on, wait a second, bro. Don't do that now, because I ain't never been I'm one of the top players to ever play this game, top 5. LeBron probably feel like he number 1 for sure. So he looking like, hold on, don't do that now. I love Pip, but don't put me in no Scottie Pippen category. Don't do that. And then I also feel like LeBron is getting tired of people saying that, Dwayne Wade is responsible for his success, or insinuate that that Dwayne Wade is responsible for him learning, for him being a winner, right? That Dwayne Wade is responsible for that. I think LeBron feels some type of way about it, right? I'm going to say this too. When Jason Williams said that LeBron was a Pippen with D Wade, I completely disagree with that. I don't think at any point during LeBron James' Miami Heat tenure was he ever the second best player on that team. He was by far the best player on that team the moment he got on that team. It was clear as day. And I love Dwayne Wade, Chicago native. Then he moved to Robbins. I fool with Wade. Wade is the third greatest shooting guard to ever play this game, only behind Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, right? But he was never better than Bron. What it was is that Wade was a dog that LeBron needed to help him get over that hump and get that chip. He was that dog that LeBron needed, that he needed in his corner, that he could turn to when, so he might not have it going, or he needs somebody else to come and step up with him. He had that in Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was a guy that elevated with LeBron. He was a guy that elevated with LeBron, and he had one before. So I will give you that he kind of showed him the ropes about championship basketball or whatever, but he was never, ever a Pippen to Dwayne Wade. So I think LeBron feels some type of way about that. Like, hold on, man, what? Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. He looking like I was never that ilk. Like, I mean, LeBron is an all-around player. And, well, at this stage of his career, defensively, not the same. But when he was a young LeBron, he was great defensively when he was young. When he was 27, 26, 24, 23, he was great defensively. LeBron probably feel like, you know what? Like, yeah, we got an all-around games, but don't do that to me. I think LeBron ego was talking and saying, I'm one of the best to ever do this, to ever step on this court. Don't put me in that same type of, don't do that. And then I feel like he feels some type of way about people saying, like, Dwayne Wade is responsible for his success, and I feel like that got to him. So he responded like that. You know what I mean? Saying he ain't never tried to be nobody but himself. He responded to that tweet because he felt like, hold on, was this trying to be a jab? Hold on. I think he looked at it like that because he feels that he is a pantheon great. Scottie Pippen is an absolute great, but he's not in anybody's Mount Rushmore. And I think that's what LeBron James got upset, right? So not only this, after Richard Jefferson tweeted, Giannis might be a Pippen, he needs his Jordan. What my boy tweeted? Scottie came out and tweeted something, right? Scottie Pippen went and he tried to snap. Not tried. He snapped on what's the name. Let me find Scottie Pippen's tweet. His response to Richard Jefferson. Let me look. What did Scottie say? Hold on, y'all. Let me look. Because Scottie got pissed. And hold on. We're going to go see this. Dang it, y'all. Okay, hold on. So, Scottie responded and said, I'm looking for it now. Scottie said, I'm not Giannis. I don't have back-to-back league MVPs. He will in a matter of days, and he's not me. The question is, who are you as a player, right? And look, that's ego talking. But I will give this to Scottie. His ego was out of the way a little bit because he acknowledged that Giannis is in a league of his own. He's in a league that Scottie wasn't in due to the fact that Giannis is about to be a 2-time league MVP, something that he never accomplished himself. So Scottie saying, man, look, stop going on Giannis like that. Don't try to play him like that. Giannis is in a different category than me because he is a star of a franchise and he can potentially be the face of the league with these MVP trophies that he has, right? But then he also looked at it like, hold on, Richard Jefferson, are you trying to insult me? When you say he's a Pippen, are you trying to say he's a Pippen like he can't get the job done and he can't close the deal? He's second fiddle. Are you trying to play me in that same breath? Hold on, bro. Who was you as a player? Well, what was your who are you compared to really, bro? And I think that's where Scottie feels some type of way on that part. Like, hold on, you trying to diminish me or downplay me? You know what I mean? When you talking about Giannis, he elevated Giannis above himself, but then he put Richard Jefferson below him and say, hold on, don't play me like that. Don't play me. I'm a top 50 greatest player of all time. Don't play him like that. So I think Scottie ego was a little diminished in bronze, but he still he had that pride as a player to say, hold on, don't try to act like it's an insult to be me. Don't try to act like it's like it's it's beneath you to be a Scottie Pippen. Like, oh, it's the Scottie being a Scottie Pippen is a guy that can't get the job done, or you just second fiddle. Don't play me like that. So Scottie got pissed. And I ain't never even seen Scottie had these back and forth exchanges outside of that time he went back and forth with Shaq on social media at that time when they were talking about who would have won between the Lakers and the Bulls. Because both of these guys are sensitive. Scottie and Shaq were sensitive about the teams that they played for. They got a lot of pride. They got a lot of pride in their careers and what they were as players and in their dynasties that they created. So then, hold on, Shaq, don't do that. Scottie felt like that, and Shaq felt like don't play him. But Scottie, I ain't seen Scottie interact with somebody on social media like this since Shaq. But Scottie said he ain't playing. So he said, hold on, Richard, RJ, who were you as a player? And let me just say this. Richard Jefferson was a really good player. He was a really, really good player in New Jersey. I think a lot of people forget that. He was a 20-point scorer, 21 a game. I think one time 22 a game, or 21 or 22 a game with New Jersey. He was a great weapon with Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin. And I think a lot of people forget that. During the first 7 years of his career in New Jersey, he was a dog. He was a guy that you could look at to give you a bucket in clutch moments. You know what I mean? And he would come up big and give you scoring that you needed. And New Jersey knew that. You know what I mean? So it's like, people try to play RJ. Yeah, but I think Richard Jefferson overreacted when he tried to call Giannis a Scottie Pippen. I think that was uncalled for. I really do. I really think that was uncalled for. And I think Scottie Pippen recognizes that. But then he felt like, hold on, it can't, what Richard Jefferson said about Giannis being a Pippen, it can be kind of looked at as an insult the way he kind of worded it. Like, Giannis might be a Pippen. He need his Jordan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there I said it. Like, like as if he ain't on that elite level. If you're a Scottie Pippen, you ain't on that elite level. And I think Scottie took it like, hold on, don't try to sully my name. So there's a lot of egos bouncing around with all these tweets that went around yesterday. A lot of guys feeling some type of way. Bron feeling some type of way because he remembers that when he went back to Cleveland and he went back to play, his first game back to Cleveland, when he went to Miami, they were yelling, Scottie Pippen, Scottie Pippen, saying that he wasn't the guy. He was only a second fiddle player, and he couldn't get the job done and seal the deal as the first in command. And because they were pissed that he left. And I think LeBron James took that to heart too, and so he never forgot that too. So he looking like, hold on, calling me a Scottie Pippen, don't calling me second fiddle. I'm the best to ever do this. I think LeBron feel like he is the best player to ever play the game, and I feel like hold on, Scottie was never in a conversation. Don't try to play me like that, and don't try to play me by saying Dwayne Wade. I was Scottie to Dwayne Wade's Jordan, when everybody knows, including Dwayne Wade, that Dwayne was never the best player on those Miami Heat teams. He just had a certain dog in him that LeBron didn't have yet. You know what I mean? I think LeBron didn't have that certain dog in him that Dwayne Wade had. And Wade was a dog that LeBron James never had side by side that he needed to get over that hump. You know what I mean? I think LeBron was a dog, but I think I want to say this. I think LeBron was a dog, but there was certain things that I think was a little missing a little bit, right? Dwayne Wade had it because he had that certain swagger after winning that first chip, right? So he kind of helped LeBron with that, you know what I mean? Helped LeBron, and he was a guy that LeBron could look to help. He knew he was a guy that LeBron could look to elevate his game. Like, LeBron would elevate his game, and he would look for another teammate to elevate their game as well. And he could always rely on Dwayne Wade to elevate his game with him. So I think that was a luxury. Dwayne Wade was a luxury for LeBron, and it was something. It was something that he needed. I'm sorry, it wasn't a luxury. It was something that he needed to win a championship. Wade was somebody that he needed to win a championship because every great team got a great second in command. So Wade was his second in command, his dog, and his dog with a general mentality that can help them get championships. So that's what it is, man. But Wade was never better than LeBron on any of those teams. I can argue with anybody. That Miami Heat LeBron, outside of that, when he fell short and he collapsed in that finals against Dallas, outside of that, outside of that moment when he fell short against Dallas, that Miami Heat LeBron was one of the most unstoppable players I've ever watched with my own two eyes. If you don't believe me, LeBron was even unstoppable on the damn video games back then. I remember my college roommate would be playing against LeBron James and them, and LeBron would be doing whatever the hell he wanted to, right? Because it was like that in real life. LeBron was just a different type of that Miami Heat LeBron was something special. His athleticism was at its peak. His defense was at its peak. Like, I really feel like he should have won Defensive Player of the Year over Marc Gasol that year. I'm sorry. I love Marc Gasol. Shout out to Marc Gasol, but I feel like LeBron should have won that. But all this whole situation was just a clash of egos, man. Players got egos. That's all it is. Peace.